Hey YouTube, just thought I'd do a quick video on the new Creality Sprite Extruder Pro Kit. I bought it for my Ender 3 V2. I was running into a problem with the hot end. It kept coming loose, it kept alarming out, throwing some thermal overload. I checked all the wiring and the hot end just kept coming loose. I could not figure out what the deal was with that screw was. It kept backing out. I tried putting some hot end glue on the end of that to try to keep it in place, but it still, for some reason, with all the rapid movements, kept backing out. So I recently had Creality's new extruder in my cart at one time, and I seen Amazon Deals was having a sale where it was only like 2 days, and they were marking down prices of all kinds of products. So I went on there, and it was actually down $30. It was like $84 with shipping instead of the $110. So I gave it a go, and it did run into a couple hiccups here and there, like I had to reroute all the wiring so that nut got hung up when you moved it, and then you run into a problem with the E-steps. For some reason my printer would not take the E-step G-code. They tell you to create and then print and then save the configuration settings. I tried it every which way to upload it as the G-code text, upload it as all files, and I just kept running into trouble after trouble. It wouldn't do anything. I took a break, came back to it the next day, and then I thought about it, and I was like, why can't I just put that start code in my slicer software? So I use Cura, and I just went into the start code and I put the M429.4 with the M500 code, and then I saved that for the profile for this Ender 3 V2, and it's worked ever since I got the bed leveled and I got all that fine tuned. You do have to go into your retraction settings and edit those. I want to say the one was like 40 millimeters a second and the other was 8. I'm not 100% on that. And ever since then, it's been going great, I'll see if I can find that. Here's that boat. Here's the first one I tried on it. The finish actually came out great. I ran this one actually at 100 millimeters a second. And it's crazy because the wording, if I get this to focus, is crazy legible. I could not believe it ran it that fast at 100 millimeters a second, and you can still somewhat read the base. You do have some stringing from the overhangs, as you can tell, but for like the smokestack, that finish is crazy. So I figured if I can print this at 100 millimeters a second, why can't I do it at 200? So that's what I'm going with now. This is the Benchy. Just put a white filament in there. That's at 200 millimeters a second, and the quality is still there. And don't get me wrong, I'm using the stock tip that came with this extruder, which is the 0.4 millimeter tip. I'm using just a basic PEI magnetic removable build sheet. I put some glue down. And what I've found is if you do the first couple layers a little bit slower to get that great adhesion, that you don't have to do a raft or a brim, it works phenomenal. I'm definitely impressed with this hot end. They definitely did a good job with the cooling. And they do have the BL Touch that they added on the side. I haven't messed with it because I don't know if I'm really going to go the BL Touch route or if I'm just going to stick with leveling the bed. Because as long as you don't bump it too hard, it usually stays pretty consistent. But, I mean, definitely pleased with this. Definitely worth the $85 that I got it for. Well, thanks again for watching.